Oh, God.
Where are we? Bodies under the floor, secret tunnels and ghosts. 24 hours at Moresby Hall.
This is a silly idea.
Hello and welcome to Most Haunted. This week we've brought you to the beautiful Cumbrian countryside. With bodies found in a chimney and under the floor, a man starved to death and a wandering cavalier, we just had to come and investigate Moresby Hall.
Moresby Hall is situated near Whitehaven, Cumbria. The hall has been a home since the 12th century and has had many noble people live and stay there. The first recorded possessor of the manor was a man called Morris, who settled here at an early period after the conquest and has left his lasting memento behind in the name of Moresby. The hall passed through many different families, but the most prevalent family to live here were the Fletchers. Opposite the manor sits the local church, which was once a Roman camp or fort. Its graveyard is home to many of the past residents that lived at the hall, mostly Fletchers. Many human skeletons and bones have been found throughout the house with no identities. With so much history and mystery surrounding this home, our night was going to be a long one.
Moresby Hall in Cumbria, possibly one of the finest medieval manor houses. Been there for many, many centuries, as have many of the families that occupied it. It was originally occupied by the Moresby family for many hundreds of years.
Now, when we bought the property, really we bought the place because it was so beautiful. We weren't aware of anything strange, but probably within a few months we'd done a bit of research and found out there was supposedly a ghost, but as a skeptic I never believed anything of it.
When we sit in the lounge sometimes we see a shadow going past the door, almost as if somebody's walked past the glass door, and it makes you just turn and look to see what it is. And there isn't anything, there isn't anybody there. 3 human skeletons were unearthed under this very spot, but who they once were, nobody knows. And since then, a dark, shadowy figure has been seen sitting in this corner, and misty shapes have been seen floating across the room. There were some skeletons unearthed in the main entrance hall as you come into Moresby Hall. When the existing floor was renovated and the floor was tiled, apparently there were 3 bodies, skeletons, lay next to each other with slate between them, as if it had been a burial. Not very far down, and I think local historians have explained that this could be as a result of perhaps being part of the burial ground for the Roman fort at Moresby Church. And that seems a good explanation. The ghost of a cavalier has been seen regularly walking up and down the stairs, and the cries of children have been heard in the dead of night. The main thing for me was when I came downstairs once on a Thursday morning and I looked into the main entrance hall and saw what I presumed was an apparition of, like a musketeer, sat on the couch, which absolutely amazed me. And I shot off into the breakfast room to carry on with my work, and didn't feel troubled by it at all, surprisingly.
I was coming down the stairs as I would just after getting up, and I just felt as if there was something with me. I stopped on the stairs, looked around, and couldn't see anything. But Jane had a similar situation on the same day at the same time, which was a coincidence.
It was almost like a line drawing or a daydream, not exactly solid, not exactly see-through. Very difficult to describe.
Many people have reported hearing children playing, laughter and giggling, but always around the area of the staircase.
My son has heard children's noises. Perhaps with him being younger, maybe the situation is different with him.
Guests that have slept in this bed have woken up only to find a dark phantom walking towards them.
We seem to think that's one of the oldest parts of the building, and one of our guests during the night woke up and said she saw something in that room.
The staff have seen this figure, but also members of the public coming downstairs for their breakfast mentioned the dark figure that wandered out of the door in the middle of the night.
One of our guests has seen something, and she was quite convinced that she'd seen a ghost and was quite excited about it.
Phil Wyman, our paranormal investigator, had spent some time at the hall previous to the rest of the crew's arrival, so he could get to know the layout of the building. One thing that intrigued Phil was some bones that had been found by the present occupants.
There is an area in the building which could possibly be a tunnel that connected to the local church, or a hidey hole. Now, the story goes that a Jacobite was actually placed in the hidey hole and starved to death. Now, interestingly enough, we do have these bones which were found. Now, we know some of them are definitely animal bones, but we don't know what the others are.
We've been led to believe there was a tunnel leading from the house to the church, and we've recently been doing some work in the area, and I did some exploration underneath the stairwell, and I found what seemed to be an enclosed area made out of stone, and just beyond that there was a mound of soil and rubble which we cleared out, and within there was quite a lot of bones.
I'm concerned about the bones that we've found because we've absolutely no idea what sort of bones there are, but they're quite large and there's quite a lot of them, so we're going to be needing to explore that further.
I'm very, very interested to see if Derek will pick anything up about who these bones belong to.
We were all eager to find out more about Moresby Hall and its hidden secrets. Hopefully our medium Derek Okora would be able to explain who the ghosts of Moresby Hall were and give us an identity to the bodies that had been found under the floor in the sitting room.
I just want to say, it's like as if I want to take away the picture of these tiles, the floor, and just, if I may, do it in a gesture. 1, 2, 3. And conditions of like a burial, and I very strongly I feel as if I've got this like the trilogy at 3, and the conditions, and also away from the floor as if I want to go with my back like this and say behind me, whether it's here, but I also want to say bones. So there are bones here, the leftovers of the physical remains. I want to say, whoa, as if I'm on the stamp as well, and I want to walk in legion like this, and boom, 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 and it's like, you know, I'm getting, now I'm going back again, I'm going back in the residual energy, and I want to say, down here, I feel as if I've got the conditions with Roman soldiers.
So the 3,
yes,
you're saying are the bodies of Roman soldiers?
I feel, I'm led, you see, because I'm getting from that residual of the area, and it's been centred here. Hold on. Can I say these words as well? Bones. Is there a record of bones at this property?
Yes.
Aren't they on? Am I able to go and see them and touch them?
Yes.
Okay, because there's a very strong link here to connect or disconnect what is under the ground here.
Right.
Okay, let's put the two together.
Do you want to do that now?
Can we do that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go see if I can find where they've been.
Okay.
Bones behind something apart from the floor.
Yes.
Something to do hidden or behind something.
Yeah.
I feel as if it's got a strong connection with either an aperture or a fireplace. Something to do with that.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, and let's distinguish between, are these animal bones or are they human bones?
I agree. Right, okay.
Okay, because that's what I'm getting given.
Surprise me every time.
Yes, thank you.
Right, let's...
All right.
There's one.